What's up, hungry people? Today I'm going to speak on the plate heard around the world. Yes, this Instagram photo broke the internet and drew many people to both attack my character, my name, my podcast, and much more, which is very unfortunate. People think that I wanted attention for it, and obviously I expected a bit of controversy or drama around it, but I didn't do it for that reason. And in fact, I do not like the hate and the negativity that came my way. If anything, I thought it would be more positive. I did get a lot of positivity, actually. A lot of people who already had broken veganism that either did share, didn't share, messaging me about how they really actually appreciated the post. But obviously, there's going to be a lot of people who were offended, who thought I was making fun of veganism, who maybe take it way more serious than I do, or have a different insider message or something along those lines. I'm going to take a sip of water. Yes, I still drink water. I'm not drinking elk's blood for my hydrations. So I'm going to answer a few questions today, such as, did I really eat the steak? Do I plan on going back to veganism? Will I be attending the 2022 Woodstock Fruit Festival that I promoted? Are MP and I even friends anymore? Why is AJ making this video himself? And most importantly, is the podcast even going to continue? Why don't we start from the beginning, shall we? So, did I really eat that steak? Did I really break 8 years of veganism for a meal to try something? Actually, I did. It was very much a fuck it moment. I didn't plan it out. I didn't have 6 months of, positive affirmation in advance to prepare me for my body to handle the meat and not get me sick. It was very much a, hey, sounds good. Fuck it. That's open. All the vegan places are closed. Yeah, I can go to Whole Foods, prepare a meal, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't want to. I actually wanted to go do that. I wanted to see how it tasted. I want to see if I actually felt any different. I want to see if I didn't really think I'd see any difference, honestly. But I wanted to try it. That's what I actually wanted. Now, I could have backed up my mind like I've done 10,000 times and said in different scenarios, not just with, eating meat, but no, you shouldn't do it because of this reason, that reason. But I actually wanted to do it. So I fucking did it. Do I feel sorry about it? Am I on here to say, ask for forgiveness? I'm not. I'm honestly not. If I actually hurt somebody, I am sorry that I hurt you, but I'm not sorry that I took the action. Why did I just throw away 8 years of veganism? Well, it seems hypocritical to say it in that way to me, simply because, if it really is the dollar that's going towards the animals, right? That's the whole problem. We're putting our money towards the killing of animals. It's not throwing it away, because wouldn't that be 8 years of animals not being slaughtered? But anyway, the thing is, on the podcast, I was caught off guard when releasing this message from all the negativity and hate that I received. And the reason why I was caught off guard is because literally the entire podcast, pretty much across the board, I've always said, people, do what you want. People, there's problems with meat. People, there's positives with meat. There's positives with fruit. There's negatives with fruit. I'm sure there's going to be people on here now that they know I ate a steak, and they're going to say, look how much older he is. Look at his hairline. Look, it's weaker. Look at his chipped tooth. Look at his fucking dark circles. It's like you could go throughout the whole show and see episodes where I look good and look bad, vegan. And people are going to say I didn't do it raw enough. People are going to say I didn't fucking eat enough carbs. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. If you really think that, I don't know what to say. We clearly live in different daily realities. Okay. Now, what about the people around me? Why were they offended? I couldn't personally understand as much, especially because I thought the people were my friends for me and not because of what I ate. Obviously, we had things like similarities that kind of brought us together to be able to share plant meals and feel together and all that. But at the end of the day, I just couldn't see myself being upset with somebody for doing it. In fact, I've had people come to me in groups. There's vegan groups that I'm in, and they come to me and they're like, AJ, I ate meat. I'm like, high five. Like, do what you actually want in life, for sure. So, okay, I'm sitting there. I get a 20-ounce steak. I get a fucking baked potato. I've been eating cooked food this entire time in Chattanooga because I'm working, I'm dating, I'm riding my bikes. I love raw food. I really, really love raw food. There's plenty of days where I'm making cucumber juice and lemon ginger blast and coconut water and eating salads. And I love that stuff. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of preparation. And I just don't have it in me right now to go and do that. I've been eating burritos. I've been eating pizzas, like vegan pizzas, vegan burritos for the last few months. What else have I been eating? Just whatever, just vegan, just more calories, just more, sustenance. And so I can perform a little bit better. But obviously I have some downsides with that. My digestion's amazing no matter what. I fucking made such a fire digestion with all the enzymes, the green juice. I could literally eat a brick and it'll be ripped apart and used for its mineral content. But last episode of the podcast, MP and I were recording and I was eating some burritos and I'm like, this is making me want to throw up. Like I just can't, it's so boring to me. I can't eat another bean burger. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't eat another fucking bean. I can get so excited for a salad. I can't get excited for starch. I can't get excited for bananas. I hate mangoes. I think mangoes are the downfall of mankind. I actually truly do not like mangoes. And I think that they are the downfall of civilization. I think they're just horrible fruits. Let me tell you why. They're expensive. They're really annoying to prepare. They're really annoying to ripen. They're a pain in the ass to clean up. They don't even taste that good. And they're fucking such a mess. And your hands are all covered and shit. It's like, this sucks. I can't eat potatoes anymore, dude. I can't eat rice. I can't eat these staples. Because here's the thing. Back in the day, I felt great eating those. So it was easy to eat these boring foods. But now, not only are they so boring, I feel worse eating whole foods than I do if I just went and got a vegan meatball sub for whatever reason. Now, that does not include salads and green juice because those just feel the best. And I'm going to take another sip of water. I just worked a 12-hour day. So if I'm not giving the best performance, maybe that's why. Because you're looking at Chattanooga's #2 car salesman. Fucking nationwide is on your side. All right, back to the show. So a lot of people were upset because they thought I was making fun of veganism. They thought that it could have been done more in a tasteful way. Like I should have wrote out something like, dear friends, I say this with a heavy heart, but I'm going on a new journey and I'm just going to explore new options as my evolution continues. Fuck that. I'm not like that. I don't do that. You know what I did? I said 3, 2, 1, X vegan, motherfucker. That's what I fucking did. And my intention is not to offend you, but my intention is to tell you the truth. It's so funny. So many people out there in the conscious community want to talk about honesty, integrity, unless you're honest with them in a way that they don't fucking like. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, he's the worst fucking person ever. I was called a 10th degree animal murderer because I went out to dinner. If that's how you feel, that's great, but I don't need to know. Okay. If you want to be a grown up and you want to have a conversation with me and you want to understand why I went down the road I did, if you want to understand the way that I felt when I did it, if you want to understand my mind set after the fact, and if I wanted to continue, I will give you every fucking detail. I will go into the entire thing happily. We could discuss it. We can talk about the negatives, the positives. Will I do it again? All that stuff. But if you just want to character assassinate me because of what I ate, and you call yourself someone who has empathy and compassion, you're a fucking joke, in my opinion. And there's good people out there that do that, and they're just maybe misguided, or maybe they're new to veganism. They're just too fucking excited about it. I'll tell you what, about 4 years ago, I just don't feel like veganism feels important to me. I ate it because I liked eating plants. Obviously, I don't want the animals to suffer. Do you think that I don't realize that they suffer? I do. I really do. You know, I was reading the China study when y'all thought that fucking coffee and butter and all this shit was really good for you, when you didn't even realize that a McDouble could give you diabetes and heart disease. So don't act like I'm ignorant to the facts of nutrition and ethics and these things. It's just it's not important to me anymore. It's not important to go about things in a way that's just not working. Okay. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by it's not working? Well, when I was vegan in the first couple of years, I felt amazing. Doesn't that make it easier to get behind the ethics and values and effort that goes into it because you feel good. You want to rip life apart and you want to support the things that you feel great about because they're working. What about when they're not working? Do you just stay in that limbo of like fighting for it despite, not doing that well? Now, am I saying that you can't be healthy as a vegan? No, I've never said that. On the podcast, explicitly, I said you could be healthy eating fruit. You could be healthy doing the DTM protocol. You could be healthy eating meat. You could be healthy doing McDougal. You could be healthy eating fucking pescatarian, whatever the fuck. So individualized. It's so dependent upon the environment, the person, the outcome of their finances and their social settings and their athletic feats. What are you going to put are you going to put someone on like a salad diet that has to ride 200 miles a day? Like, no, I don't care how healthy salad is. You're not going to do that, right? Because it's about the individual and what the process that they're going through. So for me, what process am I going through? Why did I justify going and eating meat? Well, I'm working 60 hours a week. I'm going on lots of days. I'm making podcast episodes. And these guys that I'm working with they're top tier closers, right? They're guys who've been in the game a while. They're working really hard. They're showing me what's possible when it comes to work ethic translating into financial outcome. And I just felt like I didn't have as much of a competitive edge. The first week or two, I was doing more of like green juice and the raw stuff. And I just could not perform. I wanted to be alone. I didn't want any stress. I'm sitting there like falling asleep because my body, I could feel how tired it is. Then the next couple of weeks, I'm eating like burritos and whatever, and it kind of kicks me on, and I'm like doing mediocre. And then whenever I ate that steak, I was going through a deal, and I didn't close the deal because I didn't remember to save something, and I fucked up the whole thing. And I'm like, what if I actually ate lunch, because the lunch they brought us wasn't vegan and I didn't have anything and I was busy. So they brought us stuff to eat and I didn't eat it. I'm like, what if I ate that? What if I fucking ate it and I actually would have made that sale so that I can live a better life? And it wasn't about eating meat. It was about having more options. As vegans, we always talk about having more options, more fruit options, more starch options, more processed food options. And this just opens up the book a little more. So I thought about it. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I've been vegan 8 years. If anything, I'll eat this steak and then I won't eat it again. So I went there. The environment was chill. Went with the boys. We had fucking some steaks and, beautiful women around smiling at me. It just felt right. It felt so different than going out and getting a vegan pizza or going out and getting some vegan Asian food. It really felt like a bonding moment. And I left that place thinking, my blood pressure definitely feels up. I feel a little more sweaty, but I do feel a little more aggressive in a way that I can take control. Does that make sense? So what followed that point was I ate it the next 3 days and I ate it at work. And I was like, all right, I'm eating at work. People know about it. Some of my coworkers follow me on Instagram. Before I know it, this is going to be AJ's fucking lying. Look, I have a screenshot of him. Like, what was that lady? That fucking lady, that raw Vanna lady. She got caught eating fish or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to be that bitch. I don't want to be that person. I want to be like, hey, this is what I fucking did. So I released the Instagram post 321 X vegan. And there it is for the world to see. A lot of people, again, positive. A lot of people fucking hate me. They want me dead, all this kind of stuff. Craziness, immaturity, 99th percentile disagreeableness, disgusting. Not a fan. It really highlighted the fact that, do I want to be on the internet sharing personal things with people, even though my intention is to give you guys entertainment, to serve you, hopefully bring you information that can improve the quality of your life? Is it worth it to have my character assassinated, to have shit talked about me just because I'm actually coming to you with what happened, even if you disagree with it? I thought we were grown-ups. I thought you guys actually gave a shit about myself, but apparently there's a couple people out there who don't give a fuck at all. It was more about the idea of me, not me, which is silly because I run a support group. Like I run the WhatsApp group for DTM, over 140 people. I always give my time. I always give people my money and my time. That's how I show I give a shit, because it's not just my words. And if you've ever been in a tough spot and if you've ever needed emotional, physical, or financial support, I would have your back 100%. And I know there's people out there that do the same for me, but it's different when it's beyond the words. As soon as the words aren't lining up for them and they turn on you, it's sad. I have a great friend. She's an amazing woman. She's going through the ringer with this online character assassination, and it's horrible. It's terrible. And she's a fucking phenomenal person. And me, I'm just getting a taste of it by making this stupid Instagram post and Facebook post. And people are just so upset about it. It's like, Jesus, take it fucking easy. Okay. So there's some people I actually do want to apologize to, because these are legit good people that I feel as though I did let down. I think that they've always shown me unconditional love and support, but they seemed like hurt by it. And maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. But based on, not really talking much with them or kind of getting a feel and one idea, I do obviously MP, man, I fucking love you. I shouldn't have just sprang it out there like so quick and just threw it out there. For those of you who don't know, I told MP maybe an hour or so before I made the post. Then I made the post without really telling him. The reason I did that is because I thought if I waited any longer and I did it in a politically correct way, I thought I might not do it. And then I'd be making podcast episodes acting like I'm plant-based. So I just threw it out there, said, fuck it. We'll let people be happy or upset or whatever. And then after the dust settles, I'll make this video. Actually, this was MP's idea, but I figured we'd address it down the line a few days later when people actually calmed down or they kind of, didn't have as much emotional at stake. So it was MP's idea. He said that, MP, I really hurt that dude. My brother. I don't know why I said that dude. MP is my fucking brother. I love the guy. I really hurt him and upset him. He did not like the way that I did this. Obviously, my number one apology goes to MP. We're not sure. I have more to say to MP at the end of this podcast, but some of the other people I want to apologize to, Jalen Sills, my dude. Like, if I wasn't on a podcast with MP, I'd be in a podcast with Jalen. Jalen is the fucking man. Trust that man with my life. Solid dude. Never even met him. Texas, supports me and my family. Such a great dude. Jalen, I'm sorry if I let you down, buddy. I love you. Who else? Josh Buchanan. I know like Josh is really passionate about the vegan thing, and we had a group on Instagram and stuff. And Josh, I really respect you, and I love the conversations that we have. I know that it probably doesn't line up with what I did with what we talk about all the time, but hey, my apologies, man. But it is what it is. I did what I did, and hopefully that we could still have awesome conversations. Benny from Australia, love you, dude. Big plant-based guy, but it is what it is. I ate it. So hopefully you can forgive me. Rain, Adele, Leo, especially Leo. I haven't really talked to Rain and Adele that much, but Leo, I love you, man. I don't know if I let you down the way I did things, but you're a solid dude. I love riding with you. I love chatting with you. You inspire me to ride every day. There's a couple more people out there. Who is it? Nicole was one of them. If they come to me, I'll say it. But, there's people generally, I just didn't want to upset people. It wasn't my intention. It was like, hey, I did this. Take it or fucking leave it. There's some people that really, really supported me. One of them being Rumsey. Rumsey, obviously, you're not vegan anymore. Don't know if it's a secret. I don't think it is. But Rumsey, I appreciate the support, because just showing the exaggerated response to me and highlighting like, hey, like, you didn't fucking do anything crazy. You had a meal. Rumsey, cheers to you, buddy. Appreciate the support. There is a couple of people that I really want to highlight because they are vegan, but they only showed me 100% support. Okay. After my post, I went on Instagram and Facebook. Dan McDonald, DTM, the Life Regenerator, gives me a call. I'm at work. I'm like, what's up, Dan? He's like, AJ, is that post real? I'm like, yeah, it's real, Dan. He's like, good for you. I'm like, I always feel good talking with Dan, because Dan is the one that really flipped my mindset about not trying to push others in the same way of thinking as myself, to let them actually just be who they are. And it's not even that eating a steak is who I am. It's just what I did. And I feel as though it's so silly to me that people will shame people for doing something and not realize that the shame actually just pushes them farther away. Like, if I want to eat a steak, I'll eat it. If I don't want to eat it, I want to eat plant-based, that's what I'll do. But it's funny that when I say, oh, I had a steak, and I've said this on the podcast many times, I never understood why certain disagreeable vegans will go nuts and kind of push you away further. It never made any sense to me. Or you have people saying, I told you so and stuff. Listen, I've had people on the podcast who weren't vegan, and I showed them nothing but respect, and I've showed them nothing but support. So it's just funny how people like just flip and they act like, oh, I always knew this was coming. It's like, good for you. You want a fucking award or something? I told you so's are like the lowest. If you're someone who's like, I'm into consciousness, I'm into eating, I'm into positivity, I'm into positive affirmations, but you're an I told you so person, boo. Just get off the fucking internet, or just don't even share your opinion, especially with me. I don't want to hear it. Will I be going to the Woodstock Fruit Festival? It depends. I've been working my new career, and I'm working 50, 60 hours a week. I'm in Chattanooga, so I'm a 17-hour drive. I planned on going. I put a down payment down. I would like to go. The thing is, the way that car sales work, the end of the month is the most important time of the month for sales. So just starting, I just completed my first full month, and I don't know that I want to miss a whole month. There's a lot going on here. I'm looking to build my life. I'm looking to build an amazing, powerful career, hang around awesome, fit, legit, empathetic, actually empathetic, not pretend empathy, not pretend fucking ethics, real empathy, real ethics. People who are driven and passionate and hungry. And I want to meet my wife. I want to meet my future fiance. I want to get a house. I want to do all these things. I want to be a grown up. I turned 30 years old, and it's not time for me to do any of the stuff that I've been doing the last decade, dicking around, moving around, wasting money, wasting time, working shit jobs. It's time to get serious. Okay. Now to transition a little bit, like what's going to happen from here? Do I plan on going back to plants? Do I plan on going back to veganism? Well, the last 3 days I've eaten nothing but plants, but because it was actually just eating what I wanted to eat. Today I had a burrito. The other day I had it was a burrito because that's what we had at work. And I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to get steak on a burrito. I mean, they have like the worst steak in the world there. But I have no intention of not becoming vegan again. See, I'll never call myself vegan. Vegans, the hateful vegans, I should say, just the hateful vegans. So many amazing fucking vegans out there who are healthy and killing it. I'm the only person that'll fucking eat a steak and actually still say that. I'm not going to do the traditional thing and say that all vegans are crazy, all vegans are mentally ill, all vegans are malnourished, all vegans are this, that, the other. No, there's sick, disgusting people who are vegan, and there's sick, disgusting people who eat meat, and there's everything in between. And if you live in a black and white fucking world, no wonder we don't get along, because I actually see things without that distorted reality. Okay, so am I going to eat plants? Am I going to eat meat? I'll eat meat. I'm going to eat meat right now. I'm going to go a couple of months eating it, or a couple of weeks. Let me tell you the downsides. I ate the steak. I noticed more inflammation. I noticed a little bit higher blood pressure. I noticed my feet they smelled a little more. What other negatives? It didn't impact my digestion at all. Digested it fine, 8 years. Like I said, I could digest anything. I didn't do any special protocol or anything like that. Some of the positives, I felt a little more aggression. I felt like aggressive in a sense of like, I'm not so letting someone fucking push me around. I'm taking control. I'm taking control of the podcast. I'm taking control of the sale. I'm taking control of my life. I'm taking control of my hopes, dreams, passions. I'm fucking hungry. I'm so fucking hungry to take control of my life. Okay, so I did notice that. I did notice a little more charisma, a little more. I don't know if it's my testosterone. I don't know. My brain seems to be a little clearer. I'm not one of these people who's like, my brain grew back. No, there's, like I said, there's negatives. There's fucking negatives, but you can't say there's not positives as well. Everything has positives and negatives to it. You win $1 million. Oh my God, you have options in life, but at the same time, you get into drugs and you fuck your life up. So it's like positives, negatives. It's all about how you use what you have at your disposal. I plan on eating it for a while. I can't eat fruit anymore. Listen, if you're out there and you eat fruit because you think you have to, you think you're supposed to, and you hate it and it sucks, it's expensive, it's annoying to ripen. I'm not saying this as a meat eater. I'm saying this I said this as a fucking vegan. I don't want to eat that much fruit anymore. I'll eat fruit, but I don't want to eat like fruit meals. It's not my thing. Same with starch. I don't want to eat rice or potatoes or beans. Oh my God. It's like a torture diet. The only thing worse than that's a fucking mono mango diet. Okay. What am I going to eat? Am I just going to eat meat? Am I going to go carnivore? Of course not. Fiber's awesome. Greens are awesome. Vegetables are awesome. I like bread. Bread, I like having a sandwich. It tastes good. It feels good. It's more balanced in the sense that like you're not getting these wonky, weird symptoms and stuff. Digest well. You don't have to eat 8 baked fucking potatoes. You could just eat like a sandwich, or you could just eat a steak, or you could just eat whatever. I noticed something. I was eating vegan BLTs up until before then. And then when I had a few like grass-fed burgers, and then I was like, okay, I could stop at Whole Foods. I could get a vegan BLT. I actually just didn't want it at all. I'm like, oh, but I would actually eat the grass-fed fucking burger or whatever. So it was kind of just telling me something like, hey, my body actually does want it. I mean, I'm still skinny. I didn't gain any fucking weight. I'm not like this fixed my whole life. I've never acted that way. I've never even acted like fruits and whatever fucking plants. I didn't act this whole podcast. I never acted like I had superior health or I had all the answers. I've always been the person who's like, it could be better. I would like to know more. I'd like to try this. I didn't eat meat as an attempt to gain some kind of amazing health benefit. I ate it to see if I gained a competitive advantage and if I could lower my stress threshold by having more options available to me so that I can take control of my life. Now, the best way for me to take control of my life would to just be overall healthy. And if I could do it on plants, I'd fucking do it. If I could do it on meat, we're going to see. I'm going to see. Maybe I'll get sick of it. Maybe I'll get tired of it. That's the thing. Not sure. The only way I actually get excited about being on a plant diet, a plant-based diet or vegan diet or whatever, I'll never call myself vegan because I know people will say, oh, you're never vegan. Whatever. Fuck you. Okay. But I'll happily eat a plant diet again. The only way that I actually get excited about it is if I do green juice and salad and enzymes and sprouts and more of like a Lou Corona DTM, what's his name? Brian Clement, Hippocrates style, like that stuff I'm down with. I'm just not down with the other stuff anymore. I fucking changed. Does that make you upset? I'm sorry you're upset. I don't want you to be upset. I love my fucking viewers. I love interacting with you guys. I love interacting with the people I get along with at the Woodstock Fruit Festival and in the vegan communities and whatever, but times change. Do you want me to actually do what I want? Or do you want me to do what you want? And if you want me to do what you want, or say the animals want, in replace of that, just focus on somebody else. Take that energy and put it into someone who's never even tried veganism. But you're going to come to someone who's experienced it, read all of the fucking books, been to the festivals, done a fucking whole fucking show on this shit. I made up my mind for now. I'm open to eating plants again, but right now this is what I'm doing. The other people I want to give a shout out to, Jillian Berry, amazing woman, supported me from the very fucking first second that she saw that I posted that. Jeremy and Kim called me, told me they love me no matter what I fucking do. I love you guys so much. Appreciate you as well. I know one thing, that it's the strangest thing about this whole experience was how much love and effort and money and time that I put into this show. And as soon as I do something that people don't agree with, they're fine with throwing me away. And this is only a very small 10% out of the 100% that were willing to do that. But it just was kind of like, what the fuck? Holy crap. What if I had 100,000 viewers? What would that look like? And that's kind of like, it's kind of like, is it worth it to me? I've been meditating on this. I still meditate even though I ate a fucking steak. Yeah. Big surprise, right? It's amazing I didn't lose all of my consciousness. No, I'm just kidding. The thing is, guys, there's going to be times where I change my mind. I'm someone who always likes to get really excited about things. And sometimes that's a negative. Sometimes I get so excited about the wrong thing. Now, I've been pretty lucky. I never got excited about the drugs and the alcohol and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not even excited about meat. I don't even care about it. I'm not like, this is a 10 out of 10. I love eating it every second. I don't feel like it fixed all my problems, but I did do it. Here's where we're at. Do you guys want to interact with me? Do you guys want the podcast to carry on? I want it to go, but I also know that I need a break from it. MP is very, very upset with me, rightfully so. A lot of people didn't like the way that I dropped it 321X vegan. I thought it was just a way to let it out there. I know that Durian Rider always says 321X vegan. And then we could talk about it. Well, here's us talking about it. I know it's a little aggressive maybe, or a little like bit of a dick. It's not meant to be. I'm just a little frustrated. I would love to actually have big boy and big girl and big they, them discussions about this, real discussions where people don't slander my name, where people don't assassinate my character. Let's stay hungry and have a real conversation. And I'm happy about that. I'd be happy to do that. I definitely appreciate every fucking person that has watched this show and that has been genuine. I appreciate all the guests that have come on this show. It's meant the world to me. I literally am seeing results at work because of this podcast, because of the experience it gave me. And I love it. It helps me talk with people, helps me interact. I met some amazing individuals. Now going forward, MP and I are in a gray area right now. We're minimally talking. Obviously, I didn't approach it in the best way for his sake. For me, it feels as though it was the best way for me to do it. MP, I love you. I don't know. MP he messaged me and we're not sure what's going to happen. He needs time to think about this. I don't know, guys. This podcast, it actually might be at its end, unfortunately. But MP's actually going to be doing a video after this one, responding to it, and I guess we will find out then. I wanted to say that despite whatever happens, I'm going to be taking off for a little while. I got to focus on the things around me. And if it's going to happen, I'll be back. If you still want to make this episode, if you want to make episodes with me, man, we want to stay hungry and have a possible vegan and meat eating partnership when it comes to hungry people, where we have a wider net of topics, experiences, and individuals to pull from to share with you guys. If that sounds good to you, let's do it. MP, the ball's in your court. Do you want to keep going with this? You tell me, bud. But I always want you to all to remember to stay hungry.